Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind, here playing as the mighty revolutionary Republic of Italy. So we just, as you can see, really smashed the Ottomans. They're almost not even a great power due to that. Actually, they're no longer a great power. Bohemia has now surpassed them. So yeah, they're not a huge problem. We have a slight problem with diplomatic relations. I forgot all about that. So we're allied to a couple minor countries in the HRE, which we're going to get rid of. Dissolve alliance. What else are we allied to? Oh, the Knights. We should get rid of the Knights. We're going to have to take the Knights' lands at some point. Yeah, we're their only ally, so this should be easy. They're not a huge threat. They're just annoying. They're going to start raiding my coastline again, but unfortunately, that's what you get when you're not allied to them. We can also get a new general. We will promote immediately as high as we can, because monarch points are starting to be key at this point. I also want to promote that guy, I just don't have enough money. We've managed to waste most of my immense riches from trade, which is kind of hilarious because I didn't think I'd be able to. 298 from trade there. Britain is actually ahead of us. Yeah, we're not even collecting from here. We are pulling a good portion of trade from Seville onwards, though. Obviously, it could be better. The Great Britain has lots of modifiers towards trade, so I'm not too surprised. Okay, armies are in position. Let's wipe out the Ottoman separatists. The Tunisian separatists are in trouble anyhow. Yeah, let's just go do that. There we go. Easy defeat of the Ottoman separatists. Not really worth worrying about. We should have enough to overrun France. I'm going to wait, obviously, till we get all this cord. That way we don't incur more overextension. And it looks like my cat is causing trouble in the distance. May have to go deal with that. It's walking past the lamp. Might knock it off. So if you hear a very loud crash in the next minute or two, it could be the cat. What are you up to, kitty? Oh, you see a squirrel out your window, it looks like. Oh. That lamp just did a 360. Okay, it's fine. It really couldn't fall that far, so I'm not too worried, but it's really worrisome when you see your lamp spin in a circle in place. Okay, that's most of the cores dealt with. We are plotting the invasion of France. France is very large, so this is going to take several wars, probably 4 wars. I don't know if we'll manage that. And I now have received a cat. Hello, feline. How are you? You're causing trouble, huh? You're causing trouble up there on the shelf? Yes. He was causing trouble. Anyhow, he's a delightful cat. This is unusual. We actually have the ability to hire a level 4 advisor. Okay. Even though it doesn't actually cost us monarch points to take land, which is actually one reason revolutionary empires are apparently ridiculously strong. Not having to pay for a good portion of things is quite impressive. Normally you have to pay Diplo points for taking land you don't have claims on, but for us, take it all. How do we want to do this? France is a union over Scotland, which is in the New World, apparently. And that's about it. If I were to attack Provence, France has Palatinate Memming. If I were to attack France, the Pope gets involved. Okay, if the Pope gets involved, this is going to be slightly more exciting. We're going to win regardless, but... we've also smashed the Tunisian rebels. We probably don't need more than, like, these 3 or 4 armies, so I can pull another one up to France. We're going to get in position on their borders. Hopefully I can take the rest of Papal Italy and maybe some of their other stuff. It's going to be, there's almost inevitably going to be a coalition from this war in the end. I'm going to turn off trying to improve relations with outraged countries. Instead, turn on one for allies. The longer we can keep them happy, the better. Syria is the next place it's going to revolt. I wouldn't really be opposed if Ethiopia's province rose up and tried to form Syria on its own. I'm a little bit worried about Persia's sudden growth, because if they take out too much of the Ottomans, there's going to be a problem. I have to fight a war with them. Who are they allied to? Delhi, ooh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to form Rome. It's going to be close. There's the knights raiding my borders, as expected. People are buying land abroad. Boy, the Pope actually has a very large army, don't they? Do they have any forts? A fort there and there, but that's it. Are the forts? The forts are in fact garrisoned. If I were to attack the Pope, they're guaranteed by Spain, so we're not going to do that. Still have a little bit more coring to do, but it should be far enough away. There's not an issue. So here we go. War with France and apparently Portugal. Unless Portugal's in a war. Portugal is in a war. Let's wait a couple months. Hopefully that will put Portugal more in debt, and then I'll have to deal with the issue. What's going on here? Brunei versus Great Britain. Look at this. Gelderin, Indonesia? Why? You'd never expect Geltry to be a colonizer, but there they are. As well as the Ottomans, Portugal. Oh. I'd want that guy elected. Actually, if I do that, reduce stability, and now let's try this. We're going to promote the Imperials. Now, according to what I've read, so that goes, it should automatically convert us to a revolutionary empire soon. Maybe I'm just crazy. Huh. According to what I read, having them in power below 40 Republican traditions should flip it automatically. That's frustrating. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because this guy would be a great ruler. If he's got a chance of having children, we could get some nice heirs. Either way, the age of insane monarch point income is likely coming to a conclusion. We still don't even have near our force limit. Anyhow, let's pick a fight with France. Portugal. I hate losing Portugal. We do need a province from them. We actually need all their Portuguese provinces and Fez itself. Portugal's defender of the Catholic faith. Ah, that's why. We're going to attack regardless of Portugal. It's a sad day, the day we lose Portugal as an ally, but unfortunately, it was a long time coming, assuming they do join. They might not, because they're on the same side as Great Britain in another war. I don't know if that will skew results. Regardless, that is... There we go. We need a king. We have to get to, what is it, like the 0 Republican tradition or something to get this? Oh, there they go. Are we gonna catch them there? Yes. Easy victory. Okay, so the Pope is no longer a problem. at least there. How many troops does France have? 65,000. Hopefully some of them are in the rest of the world, but it looks like a good portion of them are actually up the Dutch lowland region. I guess that's okay. We'll bring over another army. Unlike the French, we don't have to suffer from the French Revolution, so actually, can we trigger France as a France Revolution? Hopefully we don't. That would be a problem. Really don't want to trigger them as a rebel group. We need another 10 reduced Republican tradition though. Pope's rebuilding a little bit. You know what, just go to there, siege that down. Let's actually barrage these papal forts. That way they fall faster. We've taken one of France's provinces, which is good. I think we can safely press forward. I'll be a little bit careful. Keep converting all the Islamic provinces we took. We really need to try and cut off France from the rest of Europe if possible, which I don't think we're going to be able to do in a single war. Let's hit the Pop Monarch power, honestly. Let's boost that advisor. Let's boost this advisor. Guess we're okay. I could raise war taxes, but I don't know if I need to. I will, I guess, for the moment. It will help a little bit. Fortunately, the attrition is a bit of an issue. I don't think we have any other really allied enemies to worry about. Let's station you in Alexandria. Syria's gonna revolt. Ugh. No. You stay there. You go to there. Another conversion. It's fine. We should end up with a pretty united religious empire. Conversion strength is ridiculous. We could make some states. I don't know if we really need to make states. Let's check that out. We probably could. We've got we got more states than we have territories than we have states, which is a problem. Okay, we won another French siege. On to Paris, I think. It's amazing how, as soon as the AI can't really match you, they really move towards leaving the wars quickly. Portugal did not join the war, so we did not lose the alliance. Smart move, they would have been overrun. Parma has fallen. Good to see. It's just a matter of occupying the remaining papal provinces. It shouldn't be that hard. Syria still wants to rebel. I guess we need to get to 0 Republican tradition to get anywhere. We could call Ethiopia into the war, I don't think so. Really want Ethiopia's province to rebel against them. There we go. Revolutionary Empire. Here we go. We can get Tier 1 government reform. We don't really have any estates right now, so I'm almost tempted to boost that. Manpower. Apparently we get another reform too. Let's go with autonomy per month. So this gives us an increase in manpower and states at the cost of less tolerance of heretics, which we're never going to get anywhere anyhow. So I don't particularly care. Our legitimacy should be better now. We can also royal marriage people, so let's royal marriage Great Britain. Hopefully we'll get an heir for these guys. Okay. No chance of Napoleon because we're Italian, even though Napoleon was born on Corsica. So technically we could get him, or we should be possible. I suspect at this point he's serving in the French military though. So we're going to have to deal with our slightly worse ruler who's 60 years old. Hopefully he doesn't die. Hopefully we can also finish off the Pope at some point. This fort is proving to be very stubborn. I don't have enough cannon. They don't have any fort defense though. Paris has fallen. Good old Paris. There we go. We'll occupy that land. A little bit worried about how much of the land that Spain wants. Also, apparently China's collapsing. Yep. China's collapsing. They border Ethiopia. Japan is expanding. Even the Manchu are still around. Cool. Yeah. The Ming are collapsing. That's fine. We don't actually want anything to do with the Ming. We've got our own goals. Rome is the plan. I've got to think of how else I'm going to do this, because I'm going to end up fighting a couple wars on multiple fronts. 45, so 2 more years, then I can mess around with Austria and Bohemia again. That alliance network. Luckily, Bohemia is weaker on its own than Austria. It's going to be tricky. We're going to have to do some truce juggling. Ugh, and we're also going to have to hope eventually that we can take some of these really annoying forts. Oops, what? Oh, Provence, duh. So, it's amazing that we've done most of this expansion really quickly without actually getting a tech level, but we're soon to be able to get admin power stuff. I'll do Diplo, I'll do admin. We will get this. I know it's a bit of a waste of monarch power, but the development efficiency alone. So France was 500 some odd, now it's 400 some odd. War score. Makes life a lot easier. Unfortunately, the Pope is going to be tricky to take out. Out of all the areas, though, the problem is going to be England. I need London. Which means I have to beat the British Navy at sea. I'm not looking forward to that mess. Luckily, I don't think there's any single nation or even 2 nations that can take us out. We'll have to be careful for that, but I don't think so. Oh yeah, that fort does not want to fall. This fort in particular is taking forever. Wow. A little bit frustrated about that. Okay, that's most of the Pope's lands taken out. They should want peace. Obviously, first goals, as usual, take as much of their forts as possible. I really do need a better war score than that. I also want to test my armies against the French at some point. On the other hand, I'm fine with the French reoccupying a fort from England. After all, England has 63,000 troops sitting there in Kent that they are refusing to send. Whether that's to spite me or they're just being annoying. They're probably just being annoying. It's not going to change my mind much. Luckily, Italy does not have the land penalty because none of the small AIs exist. So all the land should be takeable. I will do the diplomatic attack. Boost naval morale. Ooh, that'll be handy. It'll be really handy. Where's my army exiled to? Really? I still have an army sitting in Russia after all this time. Wow. Also, the Ottomans are being annihilated, which is concerning. There we go. That should be Provence out of the war. What are the lands I need for Rome? So I need most of that land. Ugh. This is going to be excitingly fun. No, not them. Not the Pope. We want Provence. Oh, we can't actually take that much. I'll have to wait a couple months. I guess they've improved their lands quite a bit. Oh yes, they have. The other option is I don't take any land from these small countries and I just take it all from France. But then on the other hand, if I can take it from the small countries, taking it now weakens them further. So on the other hand, it also increases the likelihood of a coalition. So it's pretty much bad no matter what I do. We'll do that. Do I have to own it or do I just have to control it? All of them owned. Ugh, this is delightful. I guess we'll start with that. And one more. Oh, two more. There we go. Glorious victory of the Italian Revolutionary War versus France. Good. 4. March on that. That's one papal fort in Avignon has yet to fall. The defenders there, to give them credit, have been holding out for quite some time. I honestly can't wait to watch the timeline of this because considering we've now formed what? We went from Venice to Italy to Revolutionary Italy to Revolutionary Empire of Italy. We formed 3 different countries. It's going to be fun to watch. Also, all these conquests have taken place over like 3-4 years. We're doing pretty well. Oh, come on, Pope. Just surrender. There we go. Gotcha. Interesting, France is still enthusiastic about the war. There we go. Be quite a coalition versus us. We pretty much have no choice but to press on. Vast majority of Italy is under our control now. And the amount of people who are angry at us grow every day. As in every day. They are really not that happy. Persia didn't take much land from the Ottomans, just a handful of provinces, which I believe we need. Oh, look at here, the Mamluks have gained land. At this rate, we might see Coptic Mamelukes because of the rebels popping up there. I actually wonder if that's a viable empire, really. Coptic Mamelukes. I've got to imagine it would be pretty good, because doesn't Mamelukes start with like 3 of the centers of... I know they start with at least 2 of the centers of Coptic faith. I haven't really thought more on that. No one else here. We're going to be able to peace out. So, wow, you're really going to give that all to them. I don't want that. Yeah, that's not what I want. I could take over Scotland. Not that I particularly want to. How far north do we have to go for Rome? Okay, no more north than I was already going. Right to there. Then the coastline. As long as none of these are being given to Spain, we'll be fine. That is unfortunately occupied by Spain. Yeah, everybody would be angry with me. We're pretty much going to do that, so it's just a matter of sieging and occupying. We'll go for that. Hopefully Spain doesn't get any more greedy for lands. Actually, we should stop this here. So, thank you guys all for watching. Clearly France is going to fall. Clearly we're gaining land at an absurdly rapid pace. That's what, 450 development in like 2 episodes? Some odd. The Ottomans will have to be a rinse and repeat war in 9 years. Bohemia and everything else in a year. So, I'm going to have to be careful. But I think we should be good. We're ridiculously powerful. I'm going to raise another army while we wait. There we go. Ooh, I might lose some of those to armies. Oh, we still have tons of money. So that will be it for this episode. Thank you guys all for watching. Next time we will cripple France and get even closer to the Roman Empire. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll lose our alliance with Spain, Portugal, or somebody. Or if we're really lucky, we won't. So, thank you guys all for watching. Bye for now.